Like I said, my name is Melissa Butler, and I just want to first welcome you to this call. We are very excited that you are here. This is a guest call for teachers and educators, but you don't have to just be a teacher or an educator to be on this call, and you may not be, and that is totally okay. We are just happy that you are here. Our goal tonight is to just share with you a little bit more about this incredible product, Pure Therapeutic Ketones. Hopefully the person who invited you to this call has shared with you a little bit about this, and you are simply excited to learn more. You might be here because you have been drinking ketones for a while and you love the product. You'd like to learn a little bit more about how to share this with others. You might be fairly new to the product. Maybe you started with a 10-day challenge and you'd like to learn a little bit more about how to start running your product free or at a discount every month, or you might be completely brand new. So if you're brand new, type brand new in the chat. We'd love to know that as well. And being that this is geared toward educators, I would like to know what is your role in the profession? Are you a teacher? Are you a principal, a librarian, counselor? Are you in public school, private school? What grade do you teach and how many years? If you want to pop that in, that'd be awesome as well. Fifth grade teacher, that was my experience as well, Natalie. I was actually a teacher for 5 years. I taught fifth grade reading and math. I absolutely loved it. I then got my master's degree and became an elementary school counselor. And I love that as well. I did that for 4 years and just totally enjoyed it. It was an incredible part of my life. I then got pregnant with baby number 3 and had the opportunity to be able to stay home. And so now I'm homeschooling my oldest. I have 3 little girls. I have a 6-year-old, a 3-year-old, and a 1-year-old. So life is busy. But I homeschool my oldest, Nora. And in addition to that, I also took on tutoring our homeschool co-op. So I couldn't stay away from education. Education is my thing. Teachers are my people. And so I'm just so excited to be on here with all of you tonight. So that's a little bit about who I am, and I'll be hosting this call. We are just going to have some fun tonight. You're going to get to meet some amazing educators who have been drinking ketones, some for quite a while, some are brand new to it, and they're going to have a chance to share with you how this amazing fuel source has impacted them personally and also professionally. So I'm excited to hear their stories, and we're going to have a lot of fun with this. Like I said, we're going to be talking a little bit about the science of the product, all of the different benefits. We're going to get into the best ways to get started, how to get your product at a discount. And then if you have any interest in sharing this product with others, because it's too good to keep it to yourself, we can talk to you a little bit about that and how you can build a secondary income sharing this with other people. It's just amazing. So we're going to hop right in. And I'm just going to kind of get started with a little overview of what this is and how it works. So basically what this is Pure Therapeutic Ketones. It is a powder that you can mix with water and ice. I just shook up a strawberry peach, caffeine free. You shake this up with water and ice and drink it down, and it's going to put your body into an optimal metabolic state called ketosis. So maybe you have heard of the keto diet before, you've heard of the benefits of being in ketosis, or it's brand new to you, that's okay. When your body is in a state of ketosis, it's running on ketones as a fuel source instead of sugar or glucose. So it's amazing for your brain, and it can provide benefits like energy, focus, mental clarity. It can actually help with deeper sleep and digestion, and it's an incredible tool for fat loss as well. So all of these benefits, I know when I was a school counselor, when I got introduced to this 3 years ago, I needed every single one of those. I was in absolute survival mode. My second child was only 8 months old, never sleeping through the night. I was running on a couple hours and then trying to get up and go to work the next day. And it was such a challenge. I was just dragging through my day and then dragging through my evening routine with my kids. And so when this was introduced to me, it was an absolute game changer. The energy, the mood lift. I was a different person at work, and everybody wanted to know what I was doing. And I started to share it with people. And now it is my second love to teaching is ketones. So I'm excited to share this with you all tonight. So to kick us off, to dig in a little bit more into the benefits of ketones and what this can do for you, I'm going to introduce you to some amazing guests that are also educators. And we are going to start with Natalie. She's been a teacher for over 20 years, and she has an amazing story with this product. So Natalie, if you are on, please come off mute.
I am on. Hi, Melissa. How are you doing this evening?
Great. How are you?
Great, thank you. All right, so just a little bit to thank you for that introduction, and love meeting with fellow educators. Again, my name is Natalie Christ, and I live in the greater San Diego area in California. And I've had the opportunity to be a teacher for 22 years in the district where I went to school as a young child growing up. So as you know, with the whole COVID and shift and pivots this year, lots of pivoting going on. I have 19-year-old twins, and I have been with my husband for 25 years. Prior to drinking ketones, at the time when I started drinking ketones, it was 3.5 years ago. And my twins were in competitive soccer and travel ball. And so, as you guys know, I would shift from my day job of 31 fifth grade students, Mrs. Chris all day long. And then my afternoon shift would start where I would do carpool for my children for school, and then running carpool, up until like 10 o'clock at night, just all over town. And then the same things on the weekend on the baseball field. And I had to stop drinking caffeine 10 years ago, Melissa, when I went back to school to get my master's degree, because it made me anxious. And so I constantly had that kind of dragging going on. So when ketones were introduced to me by my good friend Jody, I was on actually her third child in my class, and she kept saying, Natalie, you really need to try this stuff. And I kept saying, no. Finally, I said yes, and I have not skipped a day since in 3 years. I was easily able to transition from the Mrs. Christ to mama mode. I wasn't going to the pantry after school chasing those carbs, and I didn't have that afternoon lull. I know some teacher friends or moms can relate that in the afternoon they grab for that coffee to get that fix. Well, I wasn't drinking caffeine, so I couldn't get anything that would give me that energy boost. So what would I grab for? Carbs. And then in comes ketones, and all of a sudden there were these little subtle shifts. I started sleeping better through the night. I actually, and again, I'm not making any medical claims, but for me, something that I did notice being fueled by ketones is I wasn't having my night sweats anymore. And so I was able to sleep really well through the night, and, just showing up as a better teacher and a better mom, a better wife all around. And I couldn't say no to sharing the conversation either. I know you're going to talk about that a little bit later, but one of the things that really resonated with me is Pruvit leads with education. And so as an educator with a master's degree, I said yes to sharing because I couldn't keep that secret to myself. And so, kind of moving forward, the most thing that I'm really looking forward to is being able to collaborate and connect with other people and becoming part of their better story. So it's pretty exciting. I drink them every day. My daughter does, my son does, my husband does, and we just love it. Yeah, so it's pretty magical.
Awesome. Thank you, Natalie. That's amazing. I love what you said about being able to show up for your students as well as showing up for your family in the evening. I think that's one of the hardest things. And I just want to say a huge thank you to the educators who are on here and all those who aren't, because you give of yourself so much in that profession. You give of your own wellness, you give of your time, and you tend to put everyone else before yourself.
Yeah.
And it can be very, very difficult. And so I love that part of your story. That ketones were able to be a fuel source for you when you couldn't have caffeine.
Yeah.
And then just incredible energy, incredible appetite control. That's one of the beautiful things about the science behind ketones. These are backed in science. They were formulated by doctors and scientists, and it's incredible. There's published studies about our ketones. If you like to geek out on the science, I encourage you to download the Pruvit TV app. It is just phenomenal. But it's incredible what this can do for your brain as a fuel source. You don't have those carb crashes like you do when you're eating sugar constantly. And I know for me, the teacher's lounge was always where the sugar was.
Yeah.
And so it's amazing being able to fuel yourself with ketones and never have that crash and never have that craving, which is just going to lead you to a healthier lifestyle long term. So that is awesome. Thank you, Natalie, so much for sharing.
You're welcome.
The next friend I want to bring on is Rebecca. She's a little bit newer to ketones. She's been drinking them for about 2 months, and she's a special education teacher. So Rebecca, if you'd like to come off mute, we would love to hear your experience with ketones so far.
Hi, yep. So I'm Rebecca Sellers. I live in New Hampshire. It's pretty cold here right now, so bundle up. But yeah, I just started ketones a little while ago. I cannot tell you that people ask me, what is my secret? You know, when I say, I don't have a secret here, let me tell you what I do have. So I did start promoting it the end of December. I work with special ed children through kindergarten through 8th grade, behaviors, nonverbal, and I did a lot of classroom, life skills with high school before I became a public school teacher. I also have 2 children. I have a 15-year-old and a 4-year-old, and they keep me going. On top of that, I have a second job. So with all of that, Ketones was a godsend to me because I would crash at night. And now I can come home and I have patience for my children. You know, you have all the patience in the world for the kids at school because you have to, and then when you come home and you're like, okay, just give me a few minutes. I don't feel that anymore. I don't feel like, okay, let me, all right, let's shift, and now I'm home, and it's wonderful. So my energy is amazing. I'm not crashing at 8 o'clock at night putting my son to bed. I'm still going, even just with one pack per se, I'm still going. And I cannot thank the community. The community is a huge thing here. So thank you for letting me share.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Rebecca. That's awesome. Your story is inspiring. I know there's a lot of teachers out there who absolutely love their profession, but it's not a profession that always pays all the bills the way we would like it to. I know when I was working, I did not have a lot of discretionary income, and that was very, very challenging. And so I know working 2 jobs, I just can't imagine, plus a 4-year-old and a 15-year-old, that is a lot. So I love what you shared about the energy. That is another fascinating thing about ketones, is that it is truly a clean energy source. What it's doing when we say it's fueling your brain, it's actually providing your cells in your body with 30% more oxygen. So when your entire body is running at its best, you're going to feel amazing. So it's not just an energy drink. It's not just that it helps with fat loss. It's an overall optimizing supplement. It's incredible. So thank you so much for sharing your story, Rebecca. That's amazing. And we're excited that you're here. It's awesome. The next friend I want to bring on is Krista. God bless those pre-K teachers. She has taught pre-K for a while now, and she's going to share her story. And I know that's a challenging environment to be in. So Krista, if you're there, would you come off mute?
Hey guys, I'm Krista and I'm down south with Melissa. I am in Arlington, Texas. So this February, I will have been drinking ketones for 4 years. And that blows me away because I'm in love with ketones more now than when I got started. I had no clue how bad I needed ketones. And I know that sounds crazy, but I literally started drinking ketones in hopes of cutting like that sugar tooth out. Like I'm the type, like chocolate came with every meal. And as a teacher, as a mom, I woke up tired. I woke up exhausted. I thought having no energy was normal. I thought having no energy was being a mom, was getting older, was working and teaching full-time pre-K kids. Like, how many of you have kids and have had a 4 and 5-year-old? They're a lot of energy, but to have a full classroom full, you have to be on your toes. And it was really interesting for me because, like I said, I started this for a sweet tooth. And my coworkers would come down the hall and they're like, Krista, what is going on in your classroom? And I'm like, what are you talking about? Your energy is off the charts. Like we totally feel it in the halls. And it made me step back and it made me look and it made me realize I had settled for no energy. I had settled that I'm supposed to wake up feeling exhausted, whether I went to bed at 8 p.m. or I went to bed at 1 a.m. I felt like I had partied all night when I clearly hadn't. And that was huge for me. Like I had lost areas of control in my life, and not because I lost it, but because I thought that that was just life. That was part of being a parent. That was part of being a teacher, that I needed a nap every single day I came home from teaching before I could play mom role, that it was okay to go to Chick-fil-A numerous times for dinner because I was exhausted and that was okay. Now I come home, I have the energy to have memories with my kiddos, to cook a healthy meal. Yes, we still eat out sometimes, that's life, but I got that control back that I had thought I had lost for good. And, to sit here and think like I selfishly signed up drinking ketones for myself But what I really realized is it helped my school. My teacher started drinking it. And it was pretty funny because the people who weren't drinking it were like, what are you guys on? This stuff, like, you guys are crazy. You guys are just having so much fun at this end of the hall. And it really inspired me that I wanted to help other people because, like me, I thought that was life. I thought it was normal waking up feeling tired. I thought it was normal to have caffeine and chocolate to survive the day. And, you know, I got to help other people realize that's not life. Don't settle. We have the control in our life. We just kind of lose it sometimes with society and eating because the clock says so and getting fast food because it's convenient every day. Like, fast food's there for like end of the like last minute thing, not an everyday occurrence. So I'm very thankful for ketones. I love that it's 8:15 my time and I still have energy. That's rewarding.
I love that. Thank you so much, Krista. And your energy is just contagious. It's so fun to listen to you and your smile. You can tell you feel amazing, and that's awesome. It's an amazing product. It's so much more than just a drink. And it's incredible what it can do for you in terms of your mood lift, your energy, your focus, all of those things. One of the things I love most about it, though, is you were talking about the appetite control as well, and the cravings and the sweet tooth. And I think some people hear ketones or ketosis and they think about the keto diet, because before ketones, the only way to get your body into a state of ketosis was either with doing a strict keto diet or significant fasting. And to maintain that was really hard work. It was counting your carbs. It was being very strict with your diet, not being able to enjoy some of those treats that you want to be able to enjoy here and there. And that's the beauty of this drink, is you can drink it and maintain ketosis without a strict keto diet. It does benefit you to eat lower carb, to list how this to be a shift into healthier habits, but it's amazing that you can get your body in that state of ketosis without the keto diet. So that is awesome. I know we've been talking a lot about energy and mental clarity, focus, mood lift, because those are the things that teachers tend to need the most. But I also know that some people are very interested in the fat loss piece about this as well. It is so much more than just a fat loss drink, but that is an incredible benefit. And I have one more friend who's going to share. Her name is Jan, out in New Jersey. I got to meet Jan in October in Colorado and climb a mountain with her. It was the coolest experience, and she's an amazing soul. So Jan, if you are there, if you would come off mute, we would love to hear your story with ketones and what they've done for you.
Oh, awesome. Thank you for having me, Melissa. It's good to see you again, too. Yep, as Melissa said, my name is Jan. I live in South Jersey. I'm a wife, a mom of 3 adult children. My kids are 32, 29, and 24. And I have 2 amazing, very, very busy granddaughters. And in addition to that, I am a special ed teacher. And like Rebecca had said too, I have a lot of the same things that she says. You know, you have it's just a very active, you're busy all the time. You are moving all the time in the classroom, in an autism classroom, and that's what I have. So that's kind of like where I am. When before I started drinking ketones, you know, I was a teacher. Granted, I didn't have my kids, but I was 55 years old. And to be honest with you, menopause kicked my butt. I would go to work, I would wake up, go to work, come home, get a snack, watch some TV, wait for dinner. And it was just like the same cycle over and over again. I just had no energy. I was overweight, and I'm thinking to myself, you know, I'm 55 years old and I'm exhausted. I can't do this anymore. I have got to get control of something. I have to make some changes. And I started drinking ketones, and I'm telling you, well, I'm sorry, before I get to there, I also want to tell you, like with my grandkids, I mean, I didn't want to have to be the grandma that sat and watched them play. That I wanted to be with them. I want to play with them. I want to be on the floor, and I want to be rolling around and doing all of that good stuff. So I just wanted to make my changes and make sure that I was there for them. And there was no way I was going to make that job and stay in that job until retirement. It's too physical. There was no way I could do it. So here we go, ketones. I started drinking ketones. It's been about a year now that I've been drinking them, and I've lost 50 pounds, just about 50 pounds. And now, instead of that tired teacher in the hallway, I'm in my classroom, I'm dancing around, we're doing calendar, we're doing this and that, and I'm dancing all around, and I'm actually getting my kids to laugh at me. And for kids in that kind of classroom to laugh at you, I mean, they're a hard bunch. So I'm moving it in the classroom. And then when I come home, I have tons of energy. I come home and I can still playing with my grandkids. And yes, now I am that grandmom that can get on the floor and roll around and run around with them. I'm in their tents. It's amazing. I'm just so happy that I made the change. There's so much more to than just the weight loss and just the the energy. Like with being a teacher too now, with everything, with the we're hybrid, and then we're in class and we're back and forth all the time. It's just, and in an autism classroom, they're totally different teaching styles, what you do in the classroom and what you do online. And to be able to have that mental focus, to be able to create their content that they need to sustain them on a computer when that's not their natural way of learning. That's not how they learn. So I truly appreciate having the focus to get me through all of that time, to get me through the days with the kids and to help them, make it good for them. That's important to me.
I love that. That's amazing.
Thank you. Thanks. So what I'm excited about here is not only sharing my love for ketones with people. When people see me, they can see a difference in me. They see it. They see my energy. But that excites me. But also, I started promoting Pruvit. It was February 29th last year, and since that time, I've paid off my car about a year early. I have taken down some debt out of, for my family. I was, as you had said, took a last minute trip to Colorado, which I would have never been able to do before. And it was such an awesome time. And I loved going there. But another thing is that I don't have to work my summers anymore. And as a teacher, you're working summers or, a part-time job, or you're making that summer savings that you're paying on it all year. So you have your money for the summertime, and I don't have to do that now. So I'm taking down debt and I'm working less. So that's what excites me the most.
That is incredible, Jan. Thank you so much for sharing your story. There's so much to it. 50 pounds of fat loss is incredible. And I know you feel so much better, and then just being so excited and being able to share it with people and create an income for you to not have to do the summer school, to be able to provide some extra income to your family. That's just amazing. So I know we're going to jump into that here at the end of the call. I want to honor everyone's time. So we're going to jump into how do you get started with ketones? What are the best ways to get started? So I want to share with you my favorite way to get started with ketones is with our 10-day Drink Ketones Challenge. What this is going to do is it's going to give you a mixed box where you're going to get 5 different flavors to try to see which one's your favorite. It's going to give you 10 charged, that means with caffeine, equal to about a large cup of coffee, and 10 that are caffeine free. So you can drink this twice a day, once in the morning and once in the afternoon. Pair that with lower carb eating because you're not going to have as many cravings, and you're going to get incredible results from this. This is a great way to kind of just test it out, see what flavor you love, and then you can jump in and place an order, and you can actually lock in a 22% discount. So when you purchase this, you have 22% off for the 2 weeks following. So that's a great chance to get in another box of your favorite flavor. But then also we have this amazing Smart Ship program. So I know it's an auto ship program. I know when some people hear auto ship, they're like, oh, I don't know if I want to be locked into something. Well, nothing locks you in. It's very flexible. You can cancel it at any time. You can change flavors on it, add as much to it as you want. It's amazing. But what it does do is it locks in a 22% discount for you every single month. In addition to that, every 3 months, you earn a free box of product just for being a loyal customer. So that's an incredible perk as well. You also have access to new flavor launches and deeper discounts later on. And then you are also eligible for our customer free product program. So I know teachers, and teachers are amazing at sharing things that they love. So you find a discount on flare pins, and you're going to talk about it. You find a discount on your favorite coffee at Starbucks, you're going to talk about it. You're going to share about it. And so teachers are great at that. And so I know for me that when I started drinking ketones, like many of these stories, people around me started to notice. My principal was actually the first person who said, hey, I want to try that. And so I got a chance to share it with her. Well, if you just share ketones with 2 friends who also choose to do SmartShip, then you can actually start earning free product for yourself every month. And that's just as a customer. You don't have to be a promoter to do that. So that's an incredible perk with Pruvit, is being able to get that discount every month, as well as earning free product with our customer free product program. So that's very exciting. If you are interested, if you're the kind of person who's sitting here going, well, I definitely have 2 friends to share it with, but I'd also like to have a second stream of income. I'd like to see how many more people I can share this with, and you're interested in learning a little bit more about the business opportunity with Pruvit, it's amazing. I have another friend that's going to hop on and share her story, Katrina. She's actually a homeschool mom, and she has worked this business in the pockets of her day over the last several years, and it has just been an incredible opportunity for her family. So Katrina, if you're there, I would love for you to come off mute and share with us.
Hey, Melissa, how are you?
I'm great. How are you?
Can you hear me okay?
I can. Perfect.
Awesome. Thank you so much for having me on. Hey, everybody. How's it going? Well, I'm honored to be on with all of you amazing teachers. And like Melissa said, I'm a homeschool mom, so it's a little different, but we thought I might fit in on this call because there are so many parents right now in this position of having to teach from home or juggle distance learning, homeschooling all of a sudden. And so I've actually been a homeschooling mom for 7 years. I have a 6th grader, a 3rd grader, a kindergartner, and I have an 18-month-old. So if we can just say, I need patience every day, we can all agree on that. I relate so much to all the stories that were shared so far of why I need ketones. And just to juggle teaching 3 different grade levels at the same time every single day requires a lot of mental clarity, especially when you have an 18-month-old climbing up your body, or unrolling the whole toilet paper, all kinds of fun at my house. So anyway, I got started with ketones just 3.5 years ago, and I saw a friend sharing on social media. And funny enough, she wasn't just sharing about ketones, she was actually sharing about the opportunity too. And I thought she was so bold, and I had to know more about this. I was so curious. And so maybe that's you. You're on this call because you're just too curious. You had to find out more. I had all kinds of questions, but it really came down to I had to try it for myself. I had to experience it so I could see if this was really what she was saying it was. So I got my hands on some ketones to try, and I was a day oneer. I mean, first day, I tore open that packet, and the first thing I noticed was the mental clarity. It was like my focus kicked into high gear. I didn't feel like scatterbrained mom anymore. I felt more focused. I felt my mood was just better. Throughout my first week, I felt like I was just more patient with my kids. I felt less stressed out. I felt more level-headed. So I went from kind of like scatterbrained, snappy mom to just, cool, let's go to the park, let's do all the things, and feeling more patient, which every mom needs. So as I was giving my ketones a test run, all these people kept coming to mind. I mean, my sisters, my mom, my best friends. I thought, I know so many moms that need this, that need a chance to feel better in their day, that need to stop feeling so crummy so they can be better for their families and for the people they love. And so my wheels started turning. And I'll just be super transparent with you. At that time, we were not in a position to take on any extra expenses. We were really struggling financially. My husband had lost his job. We live here in San Diego. So, San Diego pricing, my husband had been out of work for a year and we didn't have an income. And like I said, I was homeschooling. So I wasn't really ready to just run out and get a full-time job. I was just praying that God would send something that would allow us to bring in some income. And then this came up and I thought, I saw my friend sharing this on social media. Maybe I could do that too. And I really just simply took a hold of, if she can do it, I can do it. And I would give that same gift to you right now. If you're thinking, I wonder if I could do this. Look, if I can do it, you can do it, because I'm over here in the pockets of my day with 4 kids running around trying to homeschool 3 different grades. And I've been able to make this business work, and it's been so fun and so successful for me. I mean, seriously, the best decision I've made. And you guys, fast forward 4 years later, we've had the opportunity to help so many people, and just to be a part of people's stories that way and help see people reach their goals and get them started and get their version of better. Like, that's the hugest blessing. But financially speaking, I mean, my husband's now been home full time for almost 4 years, and we've been able to be free as a family, to be able to do more together. And the flexibility of this business has just been mind-blowing. So it's way better than I ever thought it could be. And I'm just as passionate about sharing the opportunity as I am the ketones themselves, because I know the ketones work, but this business is something that people desperately need, especially now. After COVID and all of the things that are going on in the world, there's a lot of people in crisis. And so I have a heart to help people get out of that situation, and to create freedom for their families. And I've been having a blast doing that for almost 4 years now. So thanks for letting me have an opportunity to share on the call tonight, Melissa.
Absolutely. Thank you, Katrina. That was amazing. I love hearing your story. And being a homeschool mom, I get it. Oh my goodness. Even just, I have only 3 kids at home, not 4. And it's just, it is challenging. So it's amazing that you can fit this into the pockets of your day. And I know teachers' lives are busy, schedules are busy, especially because many teachers are moms and they're juggling picking up their kids from daycare and sports and cooking healthy dinners, hopefully at home. And it's a lot. And so the fact that you can build this over time, just sharing something you love with people that you care about. And it's incredible what that ripple effect can turn into. And for you, 4 years later, having that kind of financial and time freedom with your family is just amazing. So thank you so much for sharing that. We are close to time tonight, and I hope that you have gotten a lot out of this. I hope that you're excited about what ketones could potentially do for you simply as a fuel source. So if you're thinking you want to get started just as a customer and you want to give this a try, I would encourage you to just reach out to the person who invited you to this Zoom tonight. Just let them know, hey, I want to get started with that 10-day challenge that Melissa was talking about. I'd love to lock in that 22% off discount with SmartShip. Can you tell me more about that? If you're someone who's been drinking ketones for a little while and you're thinking, you know what, I really want to work toward getting my product free, but you feel like you need a little bit of support in that, that was me. I needed a little bit of a confidence boost. I needed some encouragement. So reach out to the person who got you started with ketones and just let them know, I really want to work toward earning my product free every month. And then if Katrina's story really resonated with you and you're thinking, okay, if she can do it, I can do it. And you want to learn more about the business opportunity here with Pruvit and how to create that second stream of income that could even turn into a full-time income for you down the road, then reach out to that person who invited you and just say, you know what, I want to hear a little bit more about what it takes to be a promoter. We have these incredible brand builder packs that just launched on January 1st, where you can get into the business and help build this brand and become part of this community. Our community is one of support and positivity. We will give you all that you need to be successful. And we just encourage you to step up and say, I'm in, I want to give it my all. And so we just welcome you to the family if you're ready to get started with ketones or join our community. And I just want to say again, thank you for all that you do as a teacher, as an educator. If you're not a teacher and educator, thank you for just showing up tonight and being part of this. We appreciate you. And I hope that you will get started with ketones soon. I hope you guys have a wonderful evening. Good night.